If you're into catching redfish and snook, don't miss this episode of World of Saltwater Fishing. We'll be light tackle fishing in the Tampa Bay complex.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, where big fish don't stand a chance.
Tampa Bay reminds me a lot of where I grew up fishing, my hometown waters of Biscayne Bay, in that it's a big body of water, and the fishing in different parts of the bay system is uniquely different. It's a big body of water to master, but both bodies of water harbor excellent fishing opportunities. I had an excellent opportunity to come up and fish Tampa Bay once again, this time with Captain Mike Goodwine. Mike is he came on the scene, at least in my opinion, unbelievably strong about, I say, year and a half, 2 years ago. People were talking to me about, hey, there's this guy over in the Tampa Bay area that catches the heck out of these jumbo redfish, big snook. He's like a knockout artist. Take a look at this guy's social media and take a look at the fish he catches.
I started out before bass fishing. I was a amateur pro-am skateboarder, and growing up where I grew up at, it was a rough neighborhood. We had drug dealers, we had pimps, you name it, and wasn't really no positive role models in the neighborhood, but I had one. It was my dad. And dang it, when I talk about my dad and what he done for me, my dad was my role model, and I used to get picked on in the neighborhood, and because I was skateboarding or bass fishing, and a lot of the people in the neighborhood, they'd be like, black guys are supposed to be doing this. They shouldn't be. They don't skateboard. They don't fish. They don't ride motocross. My dad used to always look at me and say, "Son, who made the rules? Who made the rules that said you can't skateboard, you can't ride motocross, you can't fish?" And right now, that's kind of how I'm still living by that motto.
I called him up and said, "Mike, I've been hearing a lot of good things about you. I'd like you to join us on 3 of our seminar tours." And I had an opportunity to work with him on stage and to sit there and actually grill him and pull information out. I said, this guy's the real thing. He's passionate about it. And I said, I need to get hooked up with him and do an episode, and that's what brought us to this adventure here in Tampa Bay. Met up with Mike at the Harborside Suites in Ruskin. Beautiful facility, very convenient. We had the dockage right basically beneath where we were staying. Loaded up the Shallow-Water MARC, and we slowly idled out, got in a channel. Mike said, step up over here, run between these 2 channel markers till you get to like that 3rd set, then hang a left and get out in the middle, and I'm going to point you to our first spot. And once we started easing into an area, we killed the big engine, we trimmed it up, we got on the trolling motor, and we slowly crept our way up to the hole. The tackle we were using pretty much the Penn Clash and the Penn Spinfisher V's. The Clashes were the models 4000, the Spinfisher V's were the 3500s to 4500s. The reels were filled all with Suffolk 832 braid 20-pound test. We alternated between 20-pound test, Suffolk Invisalign fluorocarbon leader, and 25-pound test. Mike was using a 1/0 hook. I was still sticking it out with a 2/0 VMC circle hook in line. And I decided I'm going to hook my pilchard slightly different, take my circle hook, go into the lower jaw and out the upper jaw, basically lip hooking my bait. So we were thoroughly probing this entire hole to find out exactly where the fish were at. Mike said, they're in here, there's a lot of bait, it's a matter of finding them and sticking with them until we get a strike. And sure enough, the local veteran, Mike, had the rod bending first. Oh.
Bam. Hooked up.
Decent sized fish for sure.
Yep.
Get mine out of the way. Come on, Last thing I want to do is get credit for messing you up on this fish, which I may already. Rod tip to rod tip. There we go. I'm out of your way. You're doing good, man. You're doing good. Working a 10-pound test for sure.
Look at that big redfish.
Beautiful thing, Mike.
You gonna land him for me?
Take your time with them. How's your shark problem in here before I reach down and get him?
There you go.
Hang on here, Mike. Excellent job, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
And, you know, so once I realized it was a redfish, got it in, and she was over 30 inches. It's a nice top slot red.
And they'll let you know when it's time.
That's true. Look at that. He certainly let you know. All right, well, tell you what, local guide scores again, huh? I got to get on the board here, give you a run for your money.
Here it is. You got 2 different bite grounds, people. You know, I'm new to this. This man got 20, 30 years at it, but still fishing brought us together.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, proudly brought to you by Mako. You'll find them where the fish are. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Mercury Marine, the official outboard of George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing. Simrad and the revolutionary new Halo radar. Go with Simrad and go with confidence.
We're back to fishing the Ruskin area bay waters off Florida's west central coast. I'm with Captain Mike Goodwine from Blackneck Adventures Fishing Charters.
I get it all the time. People say, how do you find redfish? And I tell them, you go find some mullet, you can find redfish. And they look at me crazy. I'm like this, if I catch one redfish in the area, it's gonna be another redfish there. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Wait.
What you got?
I don't know if he's still on there. Yeah, he is. He's coming your way. It's a red.
Nice, Mike. Here you go, just waking up.
Oh, here come a dolphin. He might try to get my red.
And not the dolphin I like to troll for offshore. Oh, hopefully not.
Oh.
Good, they spooked out. That's good. All right, Mike.
No, watch out. He might. Let me turn his head.
That's a beautiful fish, Mike. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Far from done. Check that out. If you have your bait back too, you get a refund.
Yeah. Look at his tail ate up. Look at that tail.
What happened to there?
Man, dolphin, yes.
I'm thinking here's a circle back, away from his gill plate. Here's a circle hook.
Oh, yeah.
When I grabbed that leader, and as soon as I got him up under the plate here, it popped. I could have had the best catch of the day just there, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's get this fish down in here.
So after we plucked a couple of fish off this one side, you know, we were just getting ready to go, and I noticed it was a lot of mullet on the outside. I saw George cast over there. I was thinking, ain't nothing over there. And then I heard a bam.
Oh, look at that rod, Mike. Beauty, huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
This point was looking good. I know you were talking about maybe getting ready to leave, but it was looking really good.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that one, Mike.
Oh, yes.
As soon as that fish turns one way, I'll move the rod the other, shorten up those little bursts. Try to restrict that oxygen.
This is when you wish you had about 9-foot arms.
Yeah.
So let him go if he's barely hooked.
I got it.
That's nice, Mike. Woo, get him in. Love it, love it. All right, hold him for me. Like it. Whoa, Mike.
Yes.
I appreciate it, my friend.
Waited till at the end to show me how to catch the big ones. I knew your strategy, man. That's what you was doing.
Hey, what size shoe do you wear?
12.
That's just the right size. Walker, grab my cell phone camera, and then I want to get a picture of this.
And Mike later told me, he says, you know, I'm watching you fight that redfish. He said, I thought you were soft pedaling. I go, soft pedaling? He said, yeah, what do you mean by soft pedaling? I thought you had that drag backed off more than normal just to get more of a run out of that fish and make things look exciting. He said, Mike, you don't understand me. I don't want to make a fight look exciting. I want to catch what I hook the fastest way possible. We're making a TV show. I'm not going to risk a good fish by soft pedaling out there. I want this fish. I have my drag set tight. And we had a good fight going, and this fish was just taken off line. It was out there, and that's what we were here for. The enjoyment of hooking a good sized fish and having a great fight in this light tackle.
So the one that George caught was out by itself, and it was a monster.
George Polveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, proudly brought to you by ACR, the leader in marine safety electronics. Rapala, your best shot at a world record. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. Papa's Pilar, a rum inspired by possibly the world's greatest adventurer.
We're back to targeting snook and redfish off Ruskin, Florida. I'm with Captain Mike Goodwine from Blackneck Adventures Fishing Charters. Our base of operation on our trip to Ruskin for our TV shoot, we were at Little Harbor. In fact, we're staying at the Harborside Suites, which is really a magnificent complex. Talk about a beautiful facility. And convenience is a big deal when we do a lot of these trips, or if anybody in general wants to take their own boat to an area. Convenience from the standpoint, they have a marina that's adjacent to the building that we were staying in. I had the Shallow-Water MARC tied up right there, and talk about an ease of operation. I can't say enough good things about Harborside Suites, and I'll tell you what, next time I come up to this area, you can bet that I'll be back here.
So after we got done with the reds, I noticed the tide was coming up.
We decided to go ahead and pick up and go to another area and change it up a little bit, and Mike says, let's go over there and just wear our arms up at catching snook.
And as the water come up, those fish will move in. So I was like, let's go beat some bushes for some snook. And you set up on the outside in the shallow, and you throw some charmers up there to see if they're there. And once they start popping, you can get all snook one after another.
Hit it up halfway between the mangroves and the boat. That's what he did.
There it is.
One good thing about that lure, you don't have to worry about the treble hooks. It's slung in your hand.
Isn't that the truth? All right, guys, settle down here for just 1 second. There you have it, Mike.
Rapala Twitchin' Mullet 8.
Now, there you have it.
Off it.
That's what he ate. Nice, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful catch. Released the fish, sent it back down, and regained our composure. Got back on the bow of the Shallow-Water MARC. Started pitching baits back in there again. And I'm watching Mike. He has this unusual style, but for good reason. He sits there and he'll cut the tail off his live bait. And by cutting the tail off, or in his case, biting the tail off, it slows that fish down if a predator comes after it.
If anybody fish with me, y'all know when I get finished fishing, my boat look like a massacre. There's blood everywhere. And I seen the boat that I was gonna be fishing on. It was all clean. It's like I would have always thought that, oh, that's gross. But after the second and third one, I was anticipating on when I get to bite another tail off. And it kept the boat clean, so I learned me something new.
I'm going to start casting these lures, and I'm going to try my best to sit here and try to take some of these fish in artificial lures. So I tied on this new Rapala Twitchin' Mullet 8. I made a cast, and I started to twitch it, and my rod bent.
Bulldog and redfish. Love it.
Oh, that's a nice one, too.
Played that thing out, got that in the boat. Man, I was so proud. And I was proud of the big redfish I had caught earlier, which it turned out the biggest one of the trip. But I was especially proud of this one because I defied the odds and caught it on artificial lure, and that was pretty awesome. Tampa Bay, without a doubt, really proved what an exceptional body of water it is in terms of game fish. And Mike Goodwine certainly proved to me that he knows these areas, and it's just like clockwork. Every spot that he goes to, he knows that the fish are there.
And my second love is grilling, cooking. I love to cook, you know.
So we decided, all right, let's come back in, had an incredible show. Let's get the Shallow-Water MARC up on a trailer. And that night, Mike invited me and my entire production team to come over and have a cookout.
It was George's birthday. I think he turned, I want to say he turned 32 or something like that. And nobody knows how old he is. You can't tell by looking at him. So my girlfriend surprised him with a cake, and, you know, celebrated his 32nd or 39th birthday, you know, and everything. It was an honor to be spending time with this man on his birthday.
The hell with the steaks. I'm eating a cake.
Blow it out, George. George's Tackle Locker.
Engel is the performance-oriented cooler company whose coolers are known for holding the cold for several days. Now their line continues to expand with new angler-friendly products, and one of my favorite is new Engel Tumbler. This is a 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler designed to hold the cold a lot longer and the warmth a lot longer. What's unique about this tumbler, it has a liquid-tight seal. That is, if you need to shake your drink, go ahead and do so. No leakage. And naturally, we're boaters. We like to put these tumblers around basically anywhere. The non-skid pad at the bottom of the tumbler ensures that it's going to stay right where you put it. It's not going to slide and go anywhere. A great product. Also incorporating on the cooler technology is Engel's brand new soft-sided backpack cooler. This is a 23-quart radiant barrier comprised of 2 layers of reflective foil and 1-inch thick layer of foam insulation. And best of all, simply strap the backpack around and have at it. 2 new products from the Engel camp that will ensure you that the cold will stay cold and the warm will stay warm for a lot longer.
Mercury Performance Stats, Ruskin, Florida. Seas, calm. Power, 150 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke. Props, Mercury Tempest 17-inch pitch. Total miles traveled, 35. Consistent cruise, 4,800 RPM. Speed, 40 miles per hour. Total fuel burned, 10 gallons. George Polveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, proudly brought to you by Suffix, always use the best line. Penn, let the battle begin. Starbright, professional grade boat care products. King Sailfish, the pioneer of catch and release mounts. Visit kingsailfish.com.
What could I say about Captain Mike Goodwine? I'll tell you what, this guy's the real deal.
Fishing went good. I got to fish with George, and before I met him, I was kind of intimidated because this man is a legend. He's got legendary status in fishing, and I still feel like I'm just starting, and I didn't know how he was gonna look at me like I didn't know what I was doing, or so, you know, after I sat back and thought, and after everything, it was like a normal fishing trip with any of my buddies.
And like most super good anglers, what makes somebody exceptional is the amount of passion that you have, the amount of drive. It's in our blood. We want to do this every waking moment if we could. That's what makes people good, is living that passion and going out there and practicing your sport.
in this area, I am the only black captain out here. And, you know, I get funny looks sometimes and people say stuff and it don't bother me. I just like, who said I can't do this? And I'm living proof that I can. And out of it, I just hope, you know, a lot of other minorities see that they could be a captain or go fish, and you don't have to have the big expensive boat. You know, just as long as you got passion and you love it, you could chase your dreams and it could happen.
A pleasure to be with. He was excellent on our Saltwater Sportsman National Seminar Series. We'll have him back again next year. And for me to spend a couple days on the water with him was really incredible. Passionate guy, knows his stuff. And if anybody wants to come over here and crank on some fish, remember Captain Mike Goodwine, a total ace of a guy.
We got together and we put our brains together and we caught fish and had a good time. And that's what fishing is about, bringing people together.
For more detailed information on saltwater fishing, including how-to videos and features, visit my website, georgepoveromo.com. Also, to keep on top of my fishing excursions, visit me at Facebook. That's facebook.com/George.Poveromo. And I'm also on Instagram at George Poveromo. We'll see you there.